What is going on? Hello, Children's Hospital Colorado. It is time for another special edition of the latest news to keep you in the groove with Maya. Maya, we're so excited. Did you hear that abrupt clap ending? Sorry. I had to get to it because I was so excited. Who do we have on the line with us today?
Hunter Doohan.
Hunter Doohan, welcome.
Thank you so much.
How are you?
Thank you so much for calling in.
Yeah, of course. Happy to be here. I'm good. Thank you.
Well, Maya, I'm so excited to hear everything you have to ask and everything he has to say, so take it away.
Thank you. Well, first of all, just like I said, thank you so much for calling in. I've been so excited to talk with you.
Thank you. That means a lot.
So my first question for you is, when was the first moment you knew you wanted to be an actor?
Oh, I think I'm trying to think of like the exact moment. I didn't get into it really until I was in high school. I grew up in Arkansas and I got into like a couple of my plays in the high school theater department, and it was just kind of the first time I felt like I found my space where I really loved what I was doing and I really belonged. And I kind of just never stopped ever since then.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you played Adam in the show Your Honor. Were there any challenges to playing that character?
Yeah, there were a lot of challenges for me, a lot of like physically kind of demanding parts as well as emotionally.
So you currently play Tyler on the Netflix series Wednesday, and I can't wait for season 2. My family and I binge watched that in like 2 days.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we love it. So we're all so excited for season 2.
Oh my God, me too. I'm so excited it got picked up.
Yeah. Yeah. So what's your favorite part about working on this show?
For me, it was fun because I'd never gotten to do anything that had all these supernatural elements to it. Where everyone at Nevermore has powers, and I just had never. Everything else I had done was kind of took place in just the normal real world, and this was really fun for me to get to play around in the like Tim Burton world they created.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So what was your favorite episode to film, and what was the most challenging?
Can I? I'm assuming spoilers are okay at this point, right?
Yeah.
Okay. As a spoiler warning for your audience. For me, I think the answer is the same for both. It was episode 8 when Tyler got to turn evil finally.
Yeah.
Because I had to. That was so much fun to be able to do that big switch, and it was also really probably the most challenging episode to shoot.
Oh, wow. Yeah. My whole family and I were like so shocked at that twist.
Good. That's why I wanted to ask you if you saw it coming.
I did not.
Good.
None of us did. I think my sister had like a hunch about it.
Really?
Yeah, I think there was, as she was saying, was thinking maybe that's where it was headed, but I had no idea.
Who did you think it was?
I don't know. I thought it was I forget his name. The other guy that Wednesday thought
Xavier?
it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then I was like, that would be too obvious, I feel like. And so then I just couldn't figure out anything. But then once my sister was like, yeah, there was a couple things that made me think maybe it was him. Then I started thinking about it. I was like, oh yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, I think the writers did such a good job of not making it obvious, but if you go back and watch it again, it's like you can pick up on little clues that we left behind.
Yeah. Yeah. So is there something that you're hoping to see in season 2?
Yeah, for me, I'm excited to kind of just play around with, Tyler fighting between who he really is and who the Hyde is trying to make him be. And I'm especially excited to kind of see who he is now that his master isn't going to be around anymore. Um, Played by Christina Ricci in the first season, and maybe learn a little bit more about what happened to his mom before the show even started.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to see that too. But yeah, I actually remember when it was revealed that who your character was. I was so upset because I was like, no, he's a nice person. He's not supposed to be evil.
Oh man, sorry to disappoint. I know there's the people that were, wanted me and Wednesday to be together were upset with me for that one.
um, so you've also written and directed a few short films. Where do you find inspiration for your films?
Oh wow. Yeah, you really did your research to know about those.
Yeah.
Thank you. I don't know, I get inspired by all sorts of things. When a lot of those I did because I made them with for no money with my friends here in LA that were all trying to make it in different parts of the business. And it was just because no one was really giving me the opportunity. So I really wanted to find different kinds of roles that I thought I could, put on camera myself, basically to have to show agents and casting directors.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Do you hope to one day write and direct a feature film?
Yeah, absolutely. I've written a few and, working on a couple now. So that's kind of my dream is to do that.
Oh, cool. Yeah. If you had the opportunity to put a message on a billboard that would be seen by everyone, what would that message be?
Oh, wow. I don't know. Maybe just, it may sound cheesy, but to have the confidence to be yourself, because there's so many things I tried to change about myself when I was young. And I wish I just had the patience to know that I was going to grow up and find the people that like me for who I am. And there wasn't actually anything I needed to change.
Yeah, I like that one. Because I know when I was younger, I kind of struggled with that a little. So
Yeah, I think we all do, right?
yeah, yeah. Is there a show that you're currently binge watching?
Oh, I'm watching the second season of Your Honor because I'm not in that one, but I like to watch all my friends that are still on it. There's so many shows. I'm trying to think what I'm watching right now. I'm watching The Last of Us on HBO, but that might be a little scary for some of your audience. And then, yeah, there's a lot of shows that I have been watching. I loved, Young Royals is coming to mind. Other Netflix shows I like. Yeah, what about you? What's catching your attention right now?
Right now I'm watching I'm binge watching the show Grimm.
Oh, cool.
And yeah, I'm loving that show. So that's pretty much all I've been watching. But I'm also watching season 2 of the Netflix show Bake Squad, which
Oh, I haven't seen that one yet.
oh, it's a really fun show, and it's a baking show, and it's really fun. It's really cool to see what everyone creates, and yeah, the format is kind of different than other like baking and cooking shows, so it's really fun.
Yeah, there's so many different ways you can do it. Because I like the Great British Baking Show or like Nailed It, where they have the people on that aren't very good.
Yeah. Yeah. Um yeah, sorry. I don't know why it just like brain fog. I just forgot everything.
We got distracted by baking.
Yeah. Yeah. Um oh, yeah, I was gonna say yeah, I've been binge watching Grimm, and I don't love like super dark shows. And so my mom watched the show when it was on, and she was like, it will probably scare her or scare you. And I was like, yeah, but I want to try it. And so it's one of those shows I watch when it's like light outside, because I'm like, I
Yeah.
won't be able to watch it once it gets dark. Then that will freak me out.
Yeah, no, that is a before dinner show for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. So what topic could you give a TED talk on, even though you are completely unqualified to talk about it?
Oh, probably my love of hot sauce. I pretty much put it on everything. I could give you an argument for why it should go on pretty much everything you eat. One food item I get a lot of fight on is popcorn, but I love to put it on there. My family like makes fun of me saying I turn my popcorn all soggy by the amount that I put on it.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think I could just like talk about pop culture, because there's a lot of times that will just be all I talk about in a conversation. Like I'll have no idea what they're talking about, so then I'll just start talking about that.
Well, yeah, that's not fair because you're totally qualified to do that. You run your own show about it.
uh, yeah. So what is the last thing you do before filming a scene?
Oh, probably still just like running over everything in my head. I am kind of like a way over preparer. Like I've like usually by the time I get to a scene, obviously memorized it and worked on it and written all over my script pages and rehearsed it if I can with the actors that are in the scene, or if not with just a friend, or sometimes if it's one I'm really working on, I have an acting coach I like to FaceTime and work with her.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm always like, I'm so impressed with like you and everybody who like acts that they can memorize things, because I'm always like, I can't memorize anything unless it's random facts about like a show or pop culture.
Yeah.
Then I can memorize it.
Yeah, that's funny. People bring that up a lot. I always find memorizing scenes easy. It's hard when it's like a monologue, but if it's a 2-person scene, it's just like having a conversation,
Yeah. Yeah. So is there a line from a movie, show, book, or song that has always stuck with you?
Oh my gosh. That is I have like just thinking of so many mediums now. Does it go with movie or song or um I don't know. What's one that sticks with you? Help
Oh,
jog my memory here.
um, no, there's the one that comes to mind right now. There are a couple, but like the one that immediately comes to mind is there's this song called Don't You Worry by an artist named Mark Amber. And it's one of my favorite songs. And he just says, don't you worry, we'll figure this out. And that just has always stuck with me. Because, yeah, I just love that song. And
I love that. That's like a really good like life lesson to keep with you.
yeah, it
I don't
is.
know. I don't know if I have got a good answer for you on that one. I'll have to give it a thought, and next time I come on your show, I'll have that ready for you.
Okay, yeah. And I would just like to say right now, you're welcome anytime because I'm having like the best time talking with you.
Oh, thank
So
you. Yeah, if you'll
yeah,
have me, I'll come back after season 2.
I would love that. um, so is there a show or movie that you always watch when you just want to be comforted?
Oh yeah, I've got a couple. There's this movie called About Time that I love and think is really underrated. Have you seen that one?
Yeah, I have.
Isn't it great? It's like
It is.
I don't know. It's such a sweet story about family, and I think it's like laugh out loud funny for most of it, and then it's like kind of heartbreaking, but in a really sweet way at the end.
Yeah. I haven't seen it in a few years, but I remember I really liked it.
Yeah, I love that movie.
Yeah. I think I have a few shows that I just put on that just like make me just happy and forget about everything and just like are my comfort shows. And then I think for movies, my two comfort movies are Shazam and then Home Again.
Have I seen? Oh, which one's Home Again? I love
It's
Shazam.
Is it? Oh yeah, it's so good. I can't wait for the second
I
one.
know.
Um, but Home Again is with Reese Witherspoon.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and I just love that movie. I just watched it yesterday for like the 100th time, I think, since it came out. Um, so yeah, I could just watch that over and over again because once it ended, I was like, okay, now I want to restart it and watch it
Just
again.
immediately.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, she's got another rom com coming out, so I'm sure you'll love that one
Yeah.
too.
Oh, yes. I'm so excited for that one. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. Um, but now that I know you like Shazam, I feel like I could just talk about that now. Like, but I won't get us sidetracked.
Okay.
Yeah. Um, so, My last question for you is, who do you consider to be a real life superhero and why?
Oh wow. Um, I'm really inspired by, it's funny you brought up home again because people always ask me about which like actors I'm inspired by. I'm always Reese Witherspoon is always one of my answers. I think it's because I just love her work, but more than that, I love that she, created not only opportunities for herself, but she started a company and is so good about creating opportunities for other people. And, for specifically her company worked on, telling like women's stories that weren't being told. And like, uh, you know, I just think she's so cool and like used her power that she had in this industry for good. And I think it takes a lot of courage to like recognize what power you do have and no matter what you do or where you are, and then to like use that to help others is amazing.
Oh, yeah, I love that. I have to agree with that. She is one of my like all-time favorite actors. I remember there was a few years ago when I was going through like a time just when I wasn't feeling good for a while, and I watched so many of her movies in that time, and and Home Again was one of them. I just watched like all of her movies.
No, she's amazing.
Yeah,
And she did a movie called Sweet Home Alabama, and I was born there, so
yeah.
got that connection.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Oh, I love that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, yeah. Well, thank you so much for calling in. I could just keep talking to you for hours. So thank you.
Thank you. This was really fun. I got to talk about stuff I don't usually get to talk about.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like I wanted to keep bringing up Shazam, and I was like, no, I need to stick to my questions. But once I found that out, I was like, I could just talk about this for hours.
Yeah.
I drive my family a little bit crazy because like that is also, like I said, that's also usually on a lot, and I'm always like quoting it and talking about it, and so I think I might drive them crazy when the second one comes out.
Well, they should just be happy there's going to be more lines, at least it'd be different lines for a while.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you so much for calling in.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, thank you so much for spending time with us today. We really, really appreciate it.
Yeah. Bye, guys.
Good show, Maya. That was awesome.
Thank you.
And we'll look forward to talking to you a little bit later.